Hello, today I'd like to talk about the hand drill, how to make it, what kind of materials you can use. There's a lot of videos on YouTube that show the hand drill technique. They can be helpful, but there's also a lot of questions. How do you burn the hole? What materials you use? Where can I find these materials? Do they grow in my area? Well, in this video I'm going to explain all that, and there's many different options you can use out here. Today I'm using cottonwood for the fireboard, and I'm using mule fat for the spindle or hand drill, and we're going to go ahead and show you what they look like so you can identify them and where they grow. I'm actually in Southern California. We're about 2,800 feet above sea level, and you can see it looks pretty dry around here, but I'm going to show you a little something right now. Alright, even though the mountains look kind of dry, if you notice, there's actually a creek or riverbed that runs all the way out there. You can see the trees growing. Those light colored trees are actually cottonwood, and if we drop on in there, I can show you where to get all the materials. So we'll be right back. Okay, so here we are in the creek. Right here in front of us is actually mule fat. You can see the leaves are like really long. They grow in these clusters. As you can see, they can get 10 to 12 feet tall. They love the water, so you get in the creek and you should be able to find them with no problem, no matter what part of the desert you're in. If there's a riverbed with water, you're going to find them. So again, I was talking about different materials. There's actually some cattails right out here that also work great as a spindle. And while you're looking for your materials here, you also want to keep in mind you're going to need something for tinder. So the cattail fibers on there actually work really good, so we're going to go ahead and grab some of those and move on over to the cottonwood. I'll show you some of those too. But again, this is what they look like. Get this set. What you're going to want is a nice straight piece like this. This is straight. Doesn't have to be big. You want it maybe the tip of your pinky in thickness, and you know, so long, about arm length. Perfect. So when you get it, you want to just kind of round it off, not make a point, but just kind of round it off. Take the bark off of it. It'll help it dry a lot quicker, and you want to make sure it's completely dry, because with a hand drill it's a little harder to get friction than a bow drill. Alright, so let's go ahead and move on over to the cottonwoods. Alright, so here we are inside this riverbed, and right here is a cottonwood tree. I don't know if you can see those leaves, what they look like. Now these leaves are going to fall off during the fall season, so it's also important to know what the tree bark is looking like to help identify it at different times of the year. It's real coarse, kind of like a grayish color. I'm also going to show you, if we zoom over here, you can see where the water rushes through and it builds up all these branches and dead logs. Alright, let's walk over here. This here is actually cottonwood. I do know that. In fact, you can see where I cut it with my folding saw, and this is what I made mine out of. So I don't know if you can see it that good. So it's good to be able to identify it. Also, again, when you're selecting this stuff, you can see a lot of this debris up here, which is dry and you can use for your tinder pile. Something else I want to point out is, I don't know if you saw the car go by right now. I'm like right here next to the street, so you really don't have to go far out into the wilderness to find the materials. You know, you just gotta know what you're looking for. All right, now we're burning the hole. You just want to make sure you're not too close to the edge here, because it'll burn through and slide out. So you want it back a little bit. So what we're going to do is we're just going to put a little indentation here. Just kind of hone it out with your knife. Any knife will work. If you don't have a knife, you can actually find a nice piece of rock or something with a tip on it that you can make an indentation. Just something to actually rest this on. Just like that, okay? So, once you got that going, let's see. Just want to kind of spin her. You don't need too much downforce. I don't know if you could see how dark that ash is, or dust. And that's what you want to look for. The darker the dust is, the better it's going to be, okay? That's something you want to keep in mind. Okay, so now you want like a 1/8 of pie, I guess they say. So you want to just make your little marks here. Try not to go in too deep. Take your time on this. If you mess this up, you're starting all over. Okay. Just want to keep slowly cutting little grooves. As you can see, it's starting to come out. Clean it up a little. Alright. And that's that. Okay, anyways. Got your groove cut. Stick my knife right there. Let's find something to put for a coal catch. Could be anything. A leaf. This is actually a leaf from a cottonwood. Dried up. I'll go ahead and just stick that in. Place your foot. See if I can zoom it in a little bit. Alright. And now we're just going to spin it again, just like we did, burning the hole. Just want to warm it up. I don't know if you can see, but that little notch I cut out, it's going to fill up with dust. And this is what's going to trap your coal. So you just keep, now that you got smoke coming, we'll apply more pressure. say we got it. Alright, there's actually no need to rush. This can burn about 10 minutes. Don't need to get down there and blow on it. Just do that and it's good. Alright. Just want to grab that and just kind of put it in your tinder pile here. Alright. You can blow it, you can shake it. However you do it, that's how you do it, but you want to make sure you're in an area that ain't going to start a big fire too. That's another thing. I just did this inside the dry gully. But that's pretty much how you do it. It's a little bit more difficult than maybe the bow drill. Bow drill, you're doing this full strokes, you're getting friction a lot easier, a lot quicker. You know, with this method, you're working your hands, your arms, your shoulders. It's a little bit more of a challenge. But you don't need much, you know, with a hand drill as you do a bow drill. It's preference, I guess. So, with that being said, that was actually my hand drill. I hope that it answers some questions. Again, you know, look around. There's all kinds of stuff. The yucca you can actually use to build a hand drill set. There's so many different things out here that you can use. Master this, move on to a different kind of material. The more you know, the better off you're going to be in a wilderness survival situation. Again, you know, I try to keep it real simple. There's also what they call the itsy bitsy spider technique, and what that does is you can rub like this, keep your hands in the same place and still spin your spindle. Just practice and you can do that. I just try to keep it simple just to show people how to do it. So yeah, anyways, that being said, that was my video. Thanks for watching. I'm open for any comments, any feedback, good or bad. You know, you can go ahead and post whatever, and I hope this helps out in some way. Just get out there, identify, and it's good to know also density of different plants, whether they're soft, hard, because it makes a big difference. When it comes to the hand drill, everything has to be perfect, perfectly dried, perfect materials. But you do that, follow these steps, and you should be getting fire in no time. Thanks for watching.